We are on comicbook.com and they have the first look at some of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition line from Playmates toys. And ooh man, y'all wanna strap in for this one, cause yeah. Oh boy. Let's take a look here. So, if we look at the article, first up we got the auto-morphin Power Rangers figures. We saw these, we took a look at them in a previous video. Go check out that video if you haven't already. But here is another look at these. This is our first look of the actual flipping action right here. We could kind of see Jason right here. Not too clearly, but I mean, I don't know. We'll have to wait for more pictures. But yeah, they, like I said in the previous video, these still look weird. Like, I kind of get what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to make them similarly blocky as like the vintage ones or the ones that Hasbro put out a couple years ago. But then they're also trying to make them look like they're like almost like just regular 5-inch figures, but they're just not. It's just not. They just look like trolls under the bridge, you know? It's just goblins. I don't know, man. And the more you look at these, the worse it gets. And I mean, oh my gosh. If you zoom in here and we take a look at these. So first up, I mean, Billy just looks sad. I don't know what's up with that. Red Ranger's helmet doesn't seem too bad, actually. I know the visor can be tricky to make, apparently, for toy companies. But this one doesn't look too bad. Green Ranger's kind of looks weird. But the thing is, with these, if you take a look real closely, and I'm going to try to zoom in as much as possible here. So they got like the padded neck covers. What do you call them? Neck braces? Neck collars? Yeah, collars. Padded collars. That's what we're going to call them. Kind of like the ones that they had back in Once and Always, the 30th anniversary special. Which I like. I like that kind of vintage look. I appreciate that. But then you look at Tommy. You look at the Green Ranger. And he's got what appears to be skin. Like, his skin is showing. Which, I don't, like, why did they do that? What did they do to the boy? Oh my goodness. I mean, apparently there's, oh yeah, see, even black. Yeah, you could see some skin. Why did they do that? I don't like that. Let's see, how about here? So they got the padded collar for the civilian mode as well, which, you know, that's fine. But yeah, obviously, like, his neck is showing here. But why did they need to have their necks showing with their suit on? That is, no, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. And then I don't like this at all either. I don't remember a time, and maybe, you know, I could be wrong, because I'm sure there has been a time, but I don't remember a time when a Mighty Morphin Pink Ranger's helmet has been colored like this, when it's like where it's all pink. No white in the mouth area. Like, it's just all pink. Oh my god. Like, I understand. These are obviously, like, cheaper figures. Obviously. Like, just by looking at them, you already know. But in the description, and we'll take a look at the description, actually. With a simple press of the lever, each Power Ranger morphs into its teenage self to its Mighty Power Ranger hero. Collect all of the Power Ranger characters. Okay, see, in the magazine, I'm pretty sure it said something about collectors. Like, collectors can enjoy morphing each Ranger or something like that. With the press of the lever, collectors can watch all 6 Rangers morph from their teenage selves to their heroic forms. Okay, here we go. This is the only Pink Ranger figure that I know that doesn't have, like, the white on her helmet. But this is, like, keep in mind, this is only $1. This was only $1 at, where was it? Five Below, I believe. So I understand why this doesn't have the paint. But, I mean, I guess, I mean, these are cheap. Like, $9.99. But, I mean, I don't know, man. They couldn't have just at least done the white paint. Oh, whatever. Anyways, we got Zords. Combinable Dinozords. As the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers summon the spirits of their mighty Dinozords, they can take on Rita's giant alien monsters and come together to form the Megazord. This incredible combination comes to life when you collect each of the 5 Power Ranger Dinozords and combine them to build the battle-ready Megazord in 2 modes, tank mode and fighting mode. So, these Zords are sold separately. So, that's, you know how we feel about that. Let's take a look at these. So these are more based off of like the old Zords back in the 90s, it seems like. Which, that's fine, I guess, right? Some of them got translucent parts, right? Maybe this is a blasty thingy, hopefully. I don't know if these shoot out. This one looks like it might shoot out. Maybe. That's a hard maybe. Here too, I'm not too sure. Maybe not. I don't really know. But the translucent's nice, right? It's just the fact that you have to buy them separately. That's kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. $17.99 each. So this is definitely gonna be one of the more expensive deluxe Megazords out there. I don't know if you could even call this thing a deluxe Megazord or anything like that. But here's the picture of the Megazord. Okay, I found a better picture of Dino Megazord. So here's the Megazord. Yeah, so at first glance, you could tell, right? These armor pieces are not, they're supposed to be up. So hopefully you can move those pieces up to make like shoulder pads for the Megazord, like how it's supposed to be. But apparently people were pointing out that they were hopefully that they were just basing this transformation off the toy commercial back in the day, like the 90s toy commercial, because apparently these armor pieces were also down in the commercial, which is pretty funny. Like the official commercial even had it wrong. Also, another thing to point out, these are new logos, new symbols for each of the Dinozords, which I'm not mad about. I kind of like the updated power coins. So I'm wondering, because they are going to be releasing a Power Morpher, and we'll read about that soon, but I'm wondering if those power coins are going to have these new like illustrations of each of the Dinozords. Honestly, I wouldn't be too mad about it, to be fair. Just because we already have so many different kinds of Power Morphers already, so I'm not mad about it. But, I don't know. You tell me. Triceratops looks absolutely terrifying and terrified at the same time, so there's that. I don't like how this looks, like all this empty space. Was that always like that? I don't think so. I don't like that. So wait, where's the translucent parts? The translucent parts just disappeared. Do they not go in here? I mean, they should fit in there. Why did they? I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. $17.99 for each Zord. It's 18 times 5. That's almost 20 times 5. That's like, what, 100? I don't know if that's going to be worth almost $100, Anyways, let's move on. Power Morpher. Yes, let's talk about the Power Morpher. So, every Power Ranger needs their Power Morpher to summon the spirits of their Dinozord and become the alien fighting heroes that are the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This Power Morpher comes with all 5 of the Power Ranger power coins and has over 40 sounds and phrases. The Power Morpher recognizes each coin and unlocks each of those Dinozord custom phrases and sounds at $16.99. So I'm like, what? $16.99. So it recognizes all the power coins, each individual coin. There's over 40 sounds and phrases in this thing. It has all 5 power coins. And you're telling me that this is only $17? Something is going to be very, very wrong with this store. It's not. It's either just going to look cheap, or it's actually going to be cheap. What do these sounds and phrases sound like? I'm sure they're going to be very, very generic. Who knows how the power coins are actually going to feel? They're definitely not going to be like die cast metal. They're not going to be like your Lightning Collection or your Legacy Collection one. They're probably going to be plastic like that. It feels like, you know what it feels like? It feels like that they're going like super OG with the toys. Like they're not only like doing Mighty Morphin, which is OG, but they're also going back to the original toys themselves and trying to almost replicate those toys just so that they are justifying the cheap prices. That's what I'm assuming. That's what it feels like to me. So, like, sure, I get, like, okay, I get the whole vintage thing, like going back to even like not just doing Mighty Morphin, but doing like the old Mighty Morphin toys again, updated, however you want it, and also putting out a product that's cheaper for whoever you're trying to sell to. I don't know. There's actually an interesting Twitter thread that I'm gonna like share with you guys too in a second after we go through these. There's also the Blade Blaster. When it comes to take on Rita and her evil aliens, you need the Power Ranger Blade Blaster. 2 weapons in one. The Blade Blaster starts as the Power Ranger Blaster and then morphs into the extended sword that can be used in any battle. The Blade Blaster comes with over 20 sounds and phrases and includes lights with every blast. Power Rangers Blade Blasters up at $20. So yeah, again, I'm assuming, I'm guessing it's going to be like pretty small. It's going to be for a child. That's what I'm assuming. Probably cheap plastic. I'm assuming like all this cheap plastic, especially like the power coins, cheap plastic. Because $20, like that's honestly nothing nowadays. Like for like a roleplay item toy, you know. People are comparing this Dino Megazord to the Japanese Daijujin that's coming out, the DX Robo Universe. Retro Ranger 18 says, credit where credit is due. At least the Playmates Power MMPR Reignition Dino Zord looks better than the Bandai Japan's latest DX Robo Universe. Does it? I mean, I guess this is more true to its actual self, right? So, and it could be just the picture, right? I mean, the picture, or no, I mean, no, this looks better than than this one. I don't know. Like again, it could be the picture. Maybe this is gonna end up being better than. I don't know, man. It's wild. We are getting two Dino Megazords this year, right? I think this year. I'm not sure about the Megazord actually, like the Dino Megazord. Not sure about the Playmates one, but neither of them look good. What the? I want to read this thread from Ranger Retro Center. I think it's super important to remember that this is Playmates and they're trying to get the confidence of retailers first. Retailers, meaning your Walmarts, your Targets, your big stores. From this first look, it's clear that they're going hard on value rather than worth. Yes, this is aimed at parents spending on kids. From the clear durability, playability features, and that incredible late 90s price point. There it is. That's pretty much what what I was saying, kind of. Admittedly, the price of the Megazord is a bit eye-watering, considering they're expecting you to shell out $20 per Zord, and they appear to offer no crossplay or electronics other than the combination. Yeah, that's a big yikes. However, I think this is going to be a key factor of Playmates' strategy. Yeah, I mean, maybe. If everything in your line is going to be coming in between 10 and $20, not take up that much shelf space and be based on an extremely recognizable IP, then it's going to have the Walmarts and parents on board when it comes to birthdays and Christmas. So it's just, and this all makes sense. I 100% see where they're going with this. This absolutely 100% makes sense. It's just weird that in the e-magazine, and maybe I'm looking too much into it, but in that e-magazine, it does specifically say collectors, to collectors. Like, collectors can auto-morph their Power Ranger figures or whatever. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of head-scratching, but like this thread makes sense. It makes it make sense. So, hey, this is what we're getting. Take it or leave it. Love it or hate it. You know, for me personally, I shelling out almost $20 per Zord is kind of no. I don't think I could see myself doing that. These figures, man, I don't know, man. I mean, oh man, I'd have to see how they look in person, and I would be very curious if, you know, someone were to pick these up and like do a video review on these. Like, I would love to see that before like just even thinking about getting one of these, you know, just to have, just as a collector, you know, as a Power Rangers toy collector. I'm curious about these silhouetted figures that we have yet to see. There are 5-inch figures that they release silhouettes for. We don't know exactly what they look like, but we could, well, honestly, we could probably imagine. I'm very curious about the Morpher. The Blade Blaster, yeah, but more so the Morpher. I wonder how the power coins are going to look like. Are they going to be plastic? Are they going to have the new illustrations? Yeah, I'm very curious about that. So the Power Morpher, I think, is the most... gets me the most curious. If I think it's, you know, because, I mean, how much was it? $17? Like, that's not bad, but of course we got to see what the heck that thing looks like. So if anything, I might get not a blaster, a Power Morpher eventually. Probably not right away because I live in Japan and getting these toys is kind of hard for me to do, especially like at a decent price. Maybe I'll have my boys back home help me out, do some Power Ranger hunting for me. That would be fun, actually. That would be fun. I don't know when these toys are coming out, though. That was another thing. They didn't specify, like, when these toys are coming out. And maybe we will find out during Toy Fair, which is happening very, very soon, in a couple of days. So, of course, we will do another video when that happens, when more toys are announced. Hopefully more toys are revealed, like we can actually see some more of the toys, like maybe the Morpher, the Blade Blaster, those silhouetted figures. Like, I would imagine we would see those since they've been talked about or teased. And at least, you know, obviously these things that they've shown pictures of, I would imagine that these would be at the Toy Fair. So very curious. I'm curious. Again, love them or hate them. Have your opinions on them. I'm very curious. Let me know in the comments how you feel about all this. Thank you all so much, everyone, for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Follow us on our social media down below. We also have a Discord, submission, focus, toys, collectibles, all that good stuff. And we will see you all next time.